Thank you so much for joining us on our silly little podcast.
Good times.
So you're kind of like, well, you are essentially like the pioneer godfather of new metal. It's
Uh,
amazing.
um, yeah, it was interesting when that tag started appearing. I was totally repulsed by it.
Really?
Yeah, because I love the bands that I did,
Mhm.
but the bands that copied those bands, I don't know if it was like a competitive thing or they just weren't good
Mm.
or authentic or something, and I was just like, no, no, no.
Yeah, but I mean, you pioneered the movement, though. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'm not like that anymore.
sure.
Yeah, it was just a reaction at the time. Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting, and the cool thing is those records just don't die. They're actually like classic now or something. It's really bizarre to see it continue, and they're getting bigger and bigger, and
They're being
still
reborn almost. Like this whole new
it's out of con-
generation. It's like,
it's out of control. Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's wild to see every age group at the shows and just be so there. It's the groove. Yeah, people love to feel that bounce and the groove and the power of it. Yeah,
Yeah, I grew up listening to it. I mean, those are some of
yeah,
my, well, hey, I have a funny story. I was like super into like the punk scene and like,
yeah,
like Subhumans, Oz Rotten, like these kind of
yeah,
things, right?
yeah.
Um, but in high school I had this crush on this guy that was obsessed with Korn, like crazy obsessed with Korn. So I was like, well, I guess I have to start listening to Korn now. And so
That's so funny.
I know. And so that I was like, oh wow, this is actually like really good. And then, you get older and you obviously listen to other things and stuff. Uh, and then I met Saw and he's like, yeah, my favorite band is Korn. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't listened to Korn in so long. And then it like revived this love for them again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And actually, that was the first show he and I had gone to that we both like equally enjoyed. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And so,
Yeah.
so when you came into the restaurant, I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is such like a it almost felt like,
We knew each other already.
kind of, and it was
Yeah.
almost kind of like a romantic thing for me because I'm like, oh, because it's like this is like the one thing the one band my husband and I like can really connect with, and it's I don't know, it's
Yeah.
kind of a cool thing.
Well, it there's something about it that I think with that heavy sound, it was the first time in heavy music where the vocal was so sincere and so vulnerable and so revealing and sensitive, and it's just it, it was the forbidden zone. Yeah, there was there was a early show before they were signed, and there was probably like you know 20 people at the whiskey, and and they ended with that song Daddy, and
Hmm.
it was just like John was just freaking out, like, and like he's collapsed on the floor. He's like, and and it's so it, was- it was so wild because it's a strip towards the end of the heyday of the strip, and
Hmm.
people are just standing there looking at it, and everybody was quiet. That was the end of the show, and the bartender goes, Jesus Christ, that's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. And everybody started laughing.
Oh,
And I was
no.
thinking, that's a good sign. It's a really good sign. This is doing something.
True, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, that vulnerability, people I remember when we recorded that song, anybody that came up to the studio, we just play it, like check this out. And they would either start talking during it, like, oh, like they couldn't take the
Mhm.
power and the vibe of it. Oh, but yeah, yeah. Or they would leave, or they would cry.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it was like an experiment to see people just not be able to take it.
Huh.
It was the best.
No, but that's because it was so unique at the time,
Yeah,
there's nothing else like it. I mean, there still really isn't anything
yeah,
like it. It's just its own thing,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Oh, it's just that thing where, when a band is pulsing and playing together, and they believe in every single syllable of the word. They know the story, and they see the people involved in the story, and they're not like playing their instruments, they're singing together like
Mhm,
in
mhm.
harmony, a song, and then something happens with this vibration and life form.
It's a living thing.
It's a forever invisible. To me, it's proof God exists, because it just gets on tape, and then every time you press play, it gives it that same level, 100%.
Mhm.
And God, man, it, it's just that simple. But people need to be fearless to be able to go there, with the mental surgery and like getting into it. And like, I always try to recreate that exact moment, from my beginning, and see, to me, that's what we created, not really a sound,
Mhm.
but that, with heavy music, and,
Mhm.
it's completely undeniable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
agree.
important. Yeah. But when you try to put a math equation to it, like, "Oh, you just tune down,"
Mhm.
and then you play this beat to this riff, and it's like it that's not what it's about at all. And that's what I'm like, "No."
Right,
Like,
right.
that's not it, and, you could do that with any kind of music, you know?
But there has to be, like, a life behind it or, like, a
A common thought and belief and knowing, um, a, 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 a true expression, and when different people, it's just like the kitchen, where everybody's in sync and like creating, you play the same song, but some days it's just so good,
Mhm.
and it's the same thing,
Right. Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Sauce says that all the time.
Yeah, Saw's the songwriter, and those he's producing the musicians who are
Mhm.
the cooks, and, it's
Yeah.
just freaking last night, we it was our we got our food last night and at the Duchess, and we for some reason, it was really late, and we're just like, "Oh god." This is crazy, like, we didn't get the food for so long, but then, oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah, sometimes it's
It's
worth it.
freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
So
is the same thing. So I'm really curious as to how you even just got started doing all this.
mhm.
I wanna know the origin story.
I was racing dirt bikes as a kid, and, it was, like, the only thing I ever cared about or wanted to do, and I kept getting hurt, and my mom took me off of them, and I was just like, lost all my identity. I was pure moto. Like that was all I cared about, and I had no idea who I was without a dirt bike. And then I I got a guitar because it. I remember dreaming that a guitar and a dirt bike was the same thing. You know, they're both like extreme and like they create this feeling and this and you're connected to gravity and balance and rhythm and like so the guitar, I don't know, it was just so obvious it's the same thing, made me feel the same, and so I became way obsessed with it, and uh just couldn't. I would run home at lunchtime in high school to practice like 10 minutes and then run back to school when lunch was over, you know, and then run home and beat the bell, you know, before all the kids were off campus. And I'd jump on the guitar and just, you know, because it, it gave me such a s- such a home,
Mhm.
you know, a place uh, to feel all the feelings and it was expanding and it's creativity, you know,
Mhm.
and so that turned into being in bands, and then my my thrash band in Hollywood. Oh, I graduated early so I can move to Hollywood and go to guitar school, and I joined a a thrash band, and we got signed to Roadrunner, and we were on Metal Blade, and then broke up, and, I kept trying to do it, and started working for this record producer that produced our thrash band, and I learned so much of how to, you know, in the 80s, I would hear the old schoolers from the 70s always talk about vibe, 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 and and I was like, what are they talking about? And then it would happen, and there's just such a good vibe, and I'm like, oh yeah, and so
Oh, yeah.
yeah, the vibe is that's it, and it turned into the theme for uh you know, when I left playing in bands and just working in the studio full time. I worked on a Wasp record for a year and a half, and you know, living in the studio on the floor under, you know, in Blackie Lawless's studio, and it was just the best, just total focus. Um, Anything anybody wanted, like, hey Ross, go give me a Slurpee with and I and and I would get in my car, start it in gear, and run all the red lights and just cut through sidewalks and stuff, and then race back, bam, and people would just be like, "Fuck!" It was so full on that I became like, you know, an asset. You know, like just always an asset, and that's kind of how it worked out. Just being extremely full on about it, and uh, living for it like
Mhm.
it's life. Nothing else exists, you know. And that's how I got into it. And yeah, I um, you know, got to experience what it's like to be in a band, not know what's going to happen in life. You know, just there's no money. You know, just living on $20 a week. you know,
Felt like owning a restaurant.
no, that's harder. You guys are so courageous. Oh my God. I had no overhead. Zero overhead.
Yeah.
But yeah, just living on the floor in the studio or my practice room and my broken up band. And, I used to have my comforter in a cardboard box in the band room God, I kept that place like 6 months into, after the last band broke up. And I would pull my comforter and pillow out of the box at night after I get back from the studio. And it was like a garage door in this industrial area and next to the 405 and near Santa Monica. And I would get fresh air in there. Or when it'd rain, I'd hear all the rain. And
Oh my god.
it was so awesome because I had some like little Christmas lights set up, and I had this live Cure cassette, and I would listen to the Cure every single night and just go to bed so freaking happy. It was the best. And then I'd wake up and go to the gym and work out and shower and brush my teeth and stuff and
Wow.
hit the studio again.
I'm
And
imagining it's like a warehouse kind of.
yeah, it was just like a little warehouse and yeah, in West LA next to the freeway. It was great, man.
Huh.
God, and what sometimes there'd be bands, always playing in there, so I'd hear
Mm.
always around music. It was
Yeah.
wild, and for some reason, that practice place had crazy parties on the weekends, so I would get there, and there'd just be, like, some dude having sex with a girl in the back of a truck or, you know, this other girl getting a tattoo in the office, and bands playing and the scene, it
Yeah.
was so cool. I there's really I feel so fortunate to have been able to witness the scene in LA,
Mhm.
like in the mid to late '80s and all of that, um, and then you know into the early '90s in this
Yeah.
time period, and yeah, so I recorded I recorded this band. Uh, they were friends of mine, and his the guitar player, his family had a weed farm in Humboldt, and he used to sit in trees in a crow's nest with a rifle to, you know, scare people away if
Right.
they came around.
Jesus.
But he was uh, he was uh, held up in his apartment by some Crips. They they stripped him down and hang like tied his hands behind his
Oh
back
my god.
and and just said, "Where's the money?" And they stole everything, all of his weed and his money. I don't know. I guess I do know why. This is how I got into this. Um, and he came to me after that happened and said, uh, uh, "Do you know?" No, I came to him. I said, "I found this band. Do you want to put money into it?" He's like, "Yeah, I want to do something else. I need to get out of this."
Yeah.
And that's what turned into Korn. And we made. Oh, I took him to the first practice in Riverside, and he walked in, and it was a different singer at the time, and we walked in, and the singer slapped Fieldy in the face, said, "Shut up." And Fieldy started crying.
What?
and and I go to my friend, I go, "This is fucking awesome."
Oh my god. Just thriving in chaos.
Yeah. See what I mean about the family and everything, how it works?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
this is the fire.
Yeah. You would love my upbringing.
And then they play. Yeah, I already do. And then they played, and of course, it had the beat and the feeling and different singer that we got rid of and then added Brian later. But yeah, God, man,
So your friend took you down there to go see them.
I took him
Oh, so how did you
because he got held up
right?
and said, "Hey, do you want to invest in a band?"
And it was his band.
And it was Korn.
Okay.
Yeah, his band I recorded, and he uh, he got held up.
Right.
I said, "Hey, do you want to do something different?"
Yeah, right.
And
Like,
took him over there.
fucking
He's just
A.
like, "Oh."
That's so funny. In Riverside too.
Yeah.
I grew up in Corona, so
Oh,
that's my hit.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I know Corona well.
I'm sorry to hear that. Showcase Theater?
Yep.
Yeah, I lived in that place.
I grew up in Barstow, so there's the dirt
Yeah,
bikes and the
that
and
makes
the
sense.
you know trailers blown up and
Mm-hmm.
meth houses and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, very similar to Corona, but you had less stuff in Barstow, I think.
Well, per capita, you think?
I mean, well, when I
I think we're running. See,
we're pretty even. I mean, this
you
when I
guys
was
were
growing up
fancy
there.
because you lived in the city. We were,
I mean, when I was growing up there was nothing going on. I mean, we had Showcase.
yeah,
That was like my reason for living at the time. But yeah, other than that, there was nothing to do really but drugs. It was like that was about it. Um, so I got the hell out of there as soon
yeah,
as I could.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. A lot of people that didn't get out. So
Oh man, I know people that I'm friends with people just still living in Barstow, and it's just like there was, I don't know, like 10 years ago, the city said, "Hey, during a drought, hey, if you don't water your lawns, we'll give you $1,000." The whole town just gave up their grass.
it's all the rock ones, right?
No, just
Uh,
dirt.
okay. Nice.
There's so it used to be this like sweet, kind of it was nice, grass in the desert's really cool. And not now.
Yeah.
Just dirt.
Mole people and dirt. That's beautiful.
But I miss it.
Do you?
I miss living there. Yeah, because uh, the sunsets were
Mm,
incredible, and the just the feeling of the desert. I
yeah.
I love.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
living in it.
I don't know. I can't do heat. The heat, I can't do it. I grew up in the heat. I never got used to it though. I just can't do it.
Yeah,
So now I live here where it's
where it's hot.
insanely hot. Yeah.
but
Um,
but we get that. It was so the air was so fresh and like kind of damp last night, and
mm,
like the mist. Oh,
here. It
yeah.
was nice. Beautiful yesterday.
So this last record I was working on, I walk with my mom in the morning, and and she's in her 80s and just awesome, and so it's so nice to get home here and wake up with the air and go to sleep with the air. And so it was 5 months of hard work, and I would do the drive every day. And I have a place in Venice
Right.
too where I could have just gone, and for some reason Ojai just drew me in.
Hmm.
I just had to come.
Interesting.
It was wild. Like I never thought I would do that commute so long,
Right.
you know? But
So did your mom live here first and then you
yeah,
okay.
yeah. She moved here in the early 2000s. Yeah. Um or maybe mid, yeah, like '04 or something like that. Yeah, and she has that church by the farmer's market by Hip on the
Uh-huh,
corner.
yeah.
Yeah, that's her center.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, she's a heavyweight, that's property number 1 in the archives.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah,
Huh, interesting.
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool. Is it haunted?
No, I would love that. It's
So the Lord is in there, so it's not haunted.
no, no, no Christian stuff,
Oh,
no.
I don't
Yeah,
know. You
yeah.
said that's a church though, but it's not that kind of church.
Well, they built it as a church,
Oh,
but
but
it's a center for the work. It's
got it, got it, got it.
she's at thework.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
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 Michael kind of told me how you guys met and stuff, and so that's
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's really cool because my career and my mom's career in this like happened together at the same time.
oh, interesting.
It was wild. Like, l- like I would get say talk about corn dudes. I would get a message from James saying, "Hey, I saw your mom's book in Paris right now." I'm like, "Whoa."
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it's really, really cool.
So you guys came up at the same time.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like we would be in Europe at the same time doing our things, and
Huh.
it was wild.
The universe is weird like that.
Oh, it's so cool. The universe kicks
Yeah.
ass.
I'm gonna get a shirt that says that universe kicks ass.
It does. If you can get on the rail and be flexible to it, and know it knows more than
Mhm.
the thing.
Mhm.
Ah, yeah, it's it's heavenly. Oh my god, so good.
Yeah, I gotta remind myself that all the time,
Yeah,
especially
well, hit me up and I'll
yeah.
we'll
I need a reminder, Ross, help me.
well, we'll just remind each other. Yeah,
So we met because you came to the restaurant,
yeah,
which is it's a we're a barbecue restaurant,
yeah,
but you're vegan.
yeah.
So what brought you in here?
Um, it's I don't know. I never came into this building when it was the other place before you guys,
Mhm.
and I don't know. Maybe because of the Duchess,
Mm.
you know, because we love it there so much, and it's your place. It was just I don't know. Wanted to check it out, and I walked in. I think the Number of the Beast was playing or something. I was like, "Whoa, this is great!" And then you had a corn item.
The corn ribs? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I sent it to Jonathan, and he was like, "Oh my god, dude, look what we did together, bro."
Oh my god,
That's
that's
why I
so
say the
funny.
universe kicks
Yeah.
ass.
And what's also really funny too was because when we met, I think it was that time. I can't remember, but Michael was like, because I think I told you that we were at the show, the LA show, the Corn show. Michael was like, "Oh, did you hear that they like thanked Ross like during their set?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then I actually I was going through my videos like a month or so, like old like concert videos on my phone. And I actually have that piece
Oh, wow.
recorded and I sent it to Michael. I'm like, I actually have that recorded on my
Wow.
phone, which is like a weird universe thing again, I think.
There
But
it goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you go vegan?
In oh, it's crazy that guitar player Vanny Vincent from Vanny Vincent Invasion, um, that producer uh that that I worked for was going out with the girl that lived next door to me, who turned into my big sister because I was fresh in Hollywood, and and they said, "Hey, you have a can our drummer stay in uh, live with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, totally." And so I was roommates with Vinnie Vincent's drummer, and he was like in really good shape and uh, still is. He plays with Lita Ford now,
Okay.
Bobby Rock, and and he was vegan, and he started telling me about it, and I'm just like, "Oh, weird." And it was like this guy that had everything. He was incredible musician and and older, and it was just such a wild influence in my personal zone, and I just jumped in, like I want to do that too, and I had like a real I wanted to look good all the time, and and be good, and like
Mhm.
have everybody see me in a certain way, and which isn't the healthiest thing in the world. I
No.
don't care anymore. I don't care how anybody sees me, geez. But but it was a thing, it was turned into part of my identity, and I became one of those vegan Nazis, like, "Oh, you're eating carcass." You know.
What year was this?
This was in the early 90s.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah, like 1990, or no, like the 80s. Jeez,
Oh,
no, it
wow.
was the 80s, like 86.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
hard then to do it
Oh, yeah.
because I was vegan 2005 for like 11 years.
Oh, wow.
I even had a vegan catering business and
Oh my
everything.
god.
No, yeah. So the irony of having a barbecue restaurant is just I would have never thought in a million
Over the
years.
top,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was hard then though too, even like in 2005, 2006. Like so I can only imagine what it was like before that.
Well, there were certain places to go. There was this really great place in Santa Monica that I love to go to, it's like an Asian sort of, they have like steamed vegetables and
Mhm.
brown rice and little spot, and it was like, "Oh my god." And then Erewhon, there was a Erewhon on Beverly. They had this great salad bar, and they'd have sunflower sprouts in there, and that would be my lettuce. It was just like, "Oh my god." And then there was a restaurant called The Good Earth, and had these incredible veggie burgers and salads and stuff. And yeah, I'm so into it.
Yeah.
I knew where every spot was. And then there was a place called The Spot in
Mhm.
Hermosa that was there since the early 70s. And it
I
they
think they
just
have one in Laguna too.
there was just
No?
one,
Oh.
and they closed up
Mm.
in the last couple of years after all that time. It was the oldest vegetarian restaurant
Huh.
in all of LA. And they had like Paul McCartney and Wings would go there.
Oh,
And it was
wow.
just a little hole. Yeah.
Huh.
So good.
There was a spot there was another the spot.
Really.
Yeah, and I remember because I was vegan at the time, so it
Oh
was
wow.
they had this, like, sandwich and it had, like, hummus, tomatoes, and alfalfa sprouts, and, like, avocado, and I know it's, like, the most basic thing, but
Yeah, yeah.
it was, like, the best thing. It was
Oh yeah.
so good, and I actually just made it recently at home. I'm like, "It's not the same. It's not
No.
the same." Like,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they had this great savory sauce, and like they put it on their burritos, and like
Yeah.
they would give you big portions, and it was just such a good place. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
But you had to let them know to not use the microwave, please.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
Chef Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, not cool.
No, not at all. There's a microwave in the kitchen. Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No bueno.
Yeah.
Um, so going back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier, but So you would go to sleep, right, listening to The Cure every night?
Oh, yeah.
What was it like working with them?
Oh. Oh, yeah, then there's that.
Was that, like,
It
surreal
was
or
well, yeah, because it's, like, my all-time favorite band in the world,
Mhm.
and I I I really, really, really wanted to feel that thing that I felt that they gave me, and so I pushed him pretty hard and it was terrifying to tell the Lord of Goth, like, "That's not right." It was it was like, "Oh god." So
That must be the hardest job on the planet.
but it was a thing where I felt, like, obligated for the world,
Right, right, right.
like,
Yeah.
it's too important, and he would just be like, "Oh, no." And I go, "Okay, let's go through it again," and then we go through the song and through the meaning and the feeling tone and you know, what happened and this and that, and it every we took 6 months to do it. It was all at, this studio called Olympic, where, Led Zeppelin did Zeppelin records. It was Jimmy Page's,
Mhm.
home
Wow.
as a house guitarist, and, uh, it was heaven every day. I loved it and it's kind of that proof where if you are doing what you are meant to be doing, no matter what anybody thinks of the result, but in that zone, um, you don't get tired. You have endless energy. You wake up infused with something to give, and yeah, as long as you don't abuse yourself and take care of yourself, it really it's like it's it her it was the greatest experience. And after that, it was just like, now what,
Yeah.
and I felt like, okay, and I started racing dirt bikes like a freaking maniac.
You did?
Yeah, I had Suzuki would give me a a free dirt bike loaner every year. VP Fuels would give me like 55-gallon tanks of gas, and I had like a pump in my garage.
Could use that right
I
about
had a
now.
live-in mechanic.
Oh my
I
god.
had 2 practice bikes and a race bike, and I just this was like post-cure. I
'Cause
just
you peaked at Cure,
it
is
was
what I'm
like I
saying.
was just, "Okay, I'm
Yeah.
done with this silly music stuff. I'm
Right.
gonna be a motocrosser."
Did you get hurt this time?
I broke 27 bones
Ross.
in injury after injury, yeah, and yeah, that's it's the extreme thing.
So casually, "Yeah, I broke 27 bones. No big deal."
I mean, well, one of the crashes was, a broken collarbone, 9 ribs, and a collapsed lung, and, and, but the doctor told me, he said, "Yeah, you'll be able to brag about this one."
And here we are.
I'm not bragging about it
No.
'cause, I wake up and daily now, and it's not the easiest, and it keeps my diet clean, and um uh but yeah, I in exercise and stuff, it's actually good for me, and it humbled me a lot because I needed to be humbled at that time, feeling invincible, and it was like somebody into deep into drugs and alcohol. Mine was dirt bikes,
Hmm.
and that the injuries and the identity of it and all of that ridiculous stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Stop.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it
You're
was
nuts.
insane.
Have you done skydiving?
No, because there was a motocross track next to the to a skydiving place in Lake Elsinore, and
Mhm.
and there was a woman that they think committed suicide, but she landed in the middle of the track and bounced like 20 feet in the air. And, I didn't see it, but I was there that week. It
Oh my
happened. And
god.
yeah, I'm just not into skydiving. And then a plane actually, remember when that plane, a bunch of people died in that plane? Skydiving
Mm-mm.
accident. Yeah, it was a thing for a second there.
I don't remember that.
I'm just like, "No, I'm not into it."
Too extreme. Too
Yeah.
much.
I can I can pin it over a 75-foot, you know,
Yeah.
jump, but not a
Yeah. That's
free fall.
yeah, you gotta choose
I
your
get it though,
yeah.
you know? It's it's a thing. Um,
It's crazy.
God, I don't what was I talking about? I was going somewhere
Oh,
with
I'm so
something.
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
You're talking about the breaking all your bones that keeps you clean and healthy.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry.
it's that story, but, oh, y once I got off the bikes and, just recalibrated and everything, I feel that infusion for music again, and I'm so, so, so happy doing it and excited about it, and, things are going well, and yeah, it's
Well,
pretty cool.
I'm really excited about it because this band you've been working with are actually fucking amazing. And I'm really excited because I was really losing hope in the youth.
Yeah.
And so this has uh brought my faith back in
That's
humanity.
awesome.
Yeah.
Faith in humanity.
Because I was like, fuck, like I haven't heard any like
No.
I'm like, punk should be good again, considering
Yeah.
what's happening in the world right now. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, a lot of the old bands are coming back and stuff, but like, like, where's all like the new stuff? Like, or maybe I'm just out of the loop now. I don't know. But um, so then you started sharing sharing it, and I was like, okay, okay, okay,
Get a sigh of
okay,
relief.
thank God. Like the kids are all right. Like they're gonna be okay.
Oh my god, that is such music to my ears. I love that.
So how did that all come to be? Tell me about this project.
So there was a maintenance guy a couple doors down from my house in Venice. He said, "Hey, do you want to can you check out my niece's boyfriend's band?" I'm like, "Hell yeah." And he sent it to me. And it was good. It's not like what you heard, but it was decent,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Oh, it's actually pretty cool," There and I went to see him, and it was hilarious because the drummer was 13 or young, no, probably 12 at the time, and the bass player was 13 and the guitar player was 14 and the singer was uh 17 maybe.
They're
And
just babies.
yeah, yeah. And so I started laughing watching it because the drummer's like, oh, struggling a little bit, and and they're like acting all cool and stuff, like, yeah. There's like brass knuckles on the
Oh,
microphone. I'm just like, oh my god, this is so funny.
that's cute.
Yeah. And so, I mean, the drummer is literally this tall.
Yeah.
Like, it was hilarious. And uh and to me, that's a yes. Like if I laugh,
Okay.
you know, and it had the like to it, and it was funny, and they could just play enough, and I call my partner Bill Armstrong and uh Ghost name Eric. He's a partner in the label too, and I'm like, check this out. They're like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool, not thinking it would be anything
Mhm.
great, but just kind of fun, and we started rehearsing, and we rehearsed for 3 months, which is a long pre-production where like the kids had to like come together and pulse to the point where I would get chills.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was our rule. Like as soon as I got chills on every song, then we can go record. And we did it. Yeah. And then we went into the studio, and then, obviously before each song go into the mental surgery of all of what it's about, and all this stuff would come up, and there's just like these crazy, like treacherous lives, in these little kids, things that have happened, and situations, and the lyrics are reflecting all that, and then everybody shares their stuff, and then we track, and so they forget about their instruments and they're slamming, and that's what you're feeling, and everything had to uh level up to that expression, that and we just did it little piece by piece, and in mixing the same thing, it had to give that thing, and yeah, we're stoked on it, and it's reacting really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it
Did
it
you see the
it
new
feels
one
good.
today?
No, not yet. No, what was the new song out today?
Yeah, there's a new song, and a video, and it's just
I
fun.
like their grandma masks and their, like,
Yeah.
grandma outfits. How'd they come up
There's
with the name?
um oh, this is crazy. The drummer got it from the Matrix. He's like excommunicado, XCOM.
Oh.
And the crazy thing is the bass player's guardian, he's kind of orphaned, and his guardian is this really sweet, cool dude, man, and he he took on him and his little brother, and it's been a few years, but he's really good friends with Keanu Reeves, and Keanu was at the
Oh
studio
my god.
with the Matrix thing, and
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was just, yeah, that was really cool.
That is cool.
He's into it. He likes punk rock.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's so rad.
I know.
So, I like how you have, like, these I don't wanna say weird, but, like, throughout this conversation, you said, like, the Korn show, everybody was like, "That was the worst thing I've ever heard." You're
Yeah.
like, "That's a good sign."
Oh
Or,
yeah.
like and then what was the other one? Like, you have these tells for when you know it's gonna be good, but they're kind of like things that you would
Be re-
typically associate with being bad,
yeah,
but you're like, "No, this is a good thing."
the best.
Like, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Uh,
That's very I buried a very interesting, sorry.
it- so it,
Oh, yeah, they made you laugh. The band made you laugh. You're
yeah,
like, "Yeah, let's fucking do it." Like
yeah, it's hilarious.
yeah.
Because I think it's the same thing as you guys opening up a metal restaurant in
Uh-huh.
Ojai.
Uh-huh.
What's up with that? That's hilarious. So I support it. Right?
Why is that hilarious? It needs a little
Because
it needs a little oomph, you know? Like, we need a
for
little something
us, it's
different.
not.
We need something different in
But
town.
but see, for us, it's not.
Mhm.
But for other people, the reaction of like them hearing the number of the beast when they roll in, it's so badass to us, but like it might be a little off-putting, and it makes people curious, and they're like, "What's in there? What's going on in there? Are
Mhm.
they Satanists?"
That is a thing that's happening.
Fuck yeah,
That's what I said.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's what
See,
I said.
that's a yes. There you go.
Ah,
That explains it
yeah, sure,
perfectly.
yeah, okay, I'll take it, yeah.
It's hilarious. You know, stir
Oh
the
my god.
pot.
Yeah, you're right. I guess yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stir the pot and throw it in the world. you know,
Oh my god, that's so funny.
because
Um,
because like music is supposed to be off-putting and dangerous, and I mean, I signed Slipknot to my imprint at Roadrunner when I had a label, and it was before that, before I did that deal, like we took the Slipknot, demo to like Interscope,
mhm.
and like I want to do this, and they're just like, no, it's terrible, and I'm just like, ugh. And I did that deal with Roadrunner, and they're the biggest metal band.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel sorry for anybody that plays before or after them. It's
I have not been to a Slipknot show.
decimating. I back then, today I there's all the
Mhm.
production, it's like kind of a routine. They've been doing it for so long, but it's still great,
Mhm.
but back in the beginning, it was like terrifying. Like, am I gonna die?
Yeah.
At this show, and yeah, it was literally terrifying for people,
Wow.
which is great.
Right. It's like Woodstock '99.
Yes.
I like that mentality. I like that a lot.
It breaks bones.
Yeah.
It
Sign me up.
it might it might not be the best thing at times, if you can reel it in a little bit, and use it to, create something unique and different
Mhm.
and inspiring, and, it's a powerful thing.
Yeah. Do you have any, like, wisdom nuggets, if you will, that you've, like, taken from somebody else or somebody hasn't, and taken that with you on your in your life? If that makes sense?
Yeah, I think probably my biggest wisdom influence is my mom.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, she's she's just so infused with it. It's out of control. But the 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 biggest the biggest wisdom thing I would imagine in my life is to be able to ask, is it true? Which is her thing.
Mm.
And then, can I absolutely know that it's true? Like a thought or a belief that's painful or resistant, or, all of these reasons, and to uh, point the finger, and pretty much 95 to 98% of the time, what I believe to be is true when I'm holding on to something really isn't.
Hmm.
And just that, and there's other little, it's a simple thing to put on a piece of paper, and do self-inquiry that allows for the music to happen, basically, because you quit hitting walls. And it's basically with everything
Hmm.
that just simple work. Um, yeah. So
Oh, that's good. That's
it
great.
works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a, I like that. It's a true. I'm gonna keep that one in my pocket.
Yeah.
If I'm all fucked up, I could definitely use that.
That's good.
And that is true.
Yeah. See, I mean, you wouldn't be doing this. This wouldn't happen.
Mhm,
Just all kinds of, things that the impossibles are existing because of it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Yep.
thank you so much for coming.
Heck yeah.
I had fun. I hope you had as much fun as I did
Oh yeah, it's good
in our
times.
fun yellow room.
Uh-huh. The yellow room.
Cool. Thank you so much. Really, truly. Thank you. Thank you.
My
Appreciate it.
pleasure. Yeah. Good to be here. All right.